Duck Dynasty controversy just got hotter. The family's patriarch might not be the only one leaving the most watched cable reality show. TMZ executive producer Harvey Levin joins us with the very latest. Harvey, nice to see you. And is the family going to stick it out with A&E and stay on the show, or what?
Well, I will tell you that the family has drawn a line in the sand and said, if Phil's not there, they're not there. We are actually, I haven't even put this up on our website yet, but I will tell you, Greta, that I am told that things did not go well, at least so far, in terms of the negotiations. And there is a real chance that this show will not go back into production again. They've finished season 4, but beyond season 4, there is a real chance this show is going to be over with, which is shocking because it's really the biggest reality show ever in television and a huge cash cow for A&E. So it is pretty shocking that this could come to an end, although that hasn't happened.
All right, why can't, I mean, who owns the production? I mean, are they have a contract so that that they can't just, that the family can't just pick up and move to another network?
Yeah, actually, good question. I was told by somebody connected with all of this today that they would have to sit it out for a period of time if they decide not to do the A&E show. So they can't just pick up and immediately go somewhere else. And remember that this show has still got another season in the can, season 4, and that will certainly have to run its course before they can do anything. But they do have a contract and would have to sit out.
Who's the tougher one in the negotiations, the family or A&E?
That's a good question. They're at loggerheads. I mean, look, this is a situation where A&E, and we're going to put this up on the website tomorrow morning, and I'm going to be a little bit obtuse here, but A&E had certain pressures that it felt, and one of the pressures was from GLAAD, and they were saying, you can't keep somebody on this show who says things like that. And on the other side, you've got them saying, you knew what you were getting. He was an open book. I mean, he had said these things years before he joined the show, and was even videotaped in sermons saying it. So how can you basically fire somebody by, for saying things that you knew he felt and allowed him to do an interview with GQ? So you've got these two sides looking at this completely differently.
You know, Harvey, I follow you on Twitter and TMZ, who doesn't, but one of your tweets was this. It says, I'm gay and I don't agree with Phil, but he has a right to his beliefs. It's not hate-based, it's religious, misdirected, but his right. That's your tweet.
I mean, that's what I wrote, and that's what I feel. I mean, this country was founded on freedom of religion. I mean, that's one of the reasons we broke from England. And it just seems to me that you have to tolerate things, even things that are abhorrent, as long as they're not hurting other people. And, I almost laugh at how many people I've met over my lifetime who have radically different interpretations of the Bible. Well, he has his, and I don't agree with his, and I don't agree with what he believes. But at the same time, you have to tolerate other people having, I mean, the irony here is you've got groups like GLAAD saying, we are pushing tolerance. You've got to accept us because, just because we're different doesn't mean that you shouldn't embrace us. Well, you can make the same argument about this guy. And if you're going to accept tolerance on one side, you got to accept it on the other. And it just seems to me, as long as he's not hurting me or other people and he's not propagating, doing bad things to people, I don't see how you can punish him for how he feels. Harvey, especially when you knew how he felt going in. Yeah.
Harvey, how much money is involved here in this show? Do you have any idea? And how the ratings are?
Greta, huge ratings. Enormous ratings. They are making tens of millions of dollars. I've heard, over time, hundreds of millions of dollars on this show. This is honestly the biggest reality show ever in television. It's a huge show. It's an industry. And if you look at what's happened, here's one of the ironies, Greta, that next week, they are running, after they've suspended this guy indefinitely, they are running Duck Dynasty marathons beginning the 22nd of December, almost all the way through to the new year. And I'm not talking a marathon of 3 or 4 hours. I'm talking 7, 8, 9 hours of this show. It's wall-to-wall Duck Dynasty when the guy who's starring in the show that they're running in the marathon isn't on the show anymore, at least for now, because they don't like what he said. It's pretty ironic.
Harvey, Levin, my old friend from L.A. and TMZ, where we'll see all the latest this weekend. We'll go to TMZ.com. Harvey, always nice to see you.
Great seeing you, Greta.